SQA Higher Maths 2018 Paper 2 question number 7 Part A 1. Show that x minus 2 is a factor of x 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 3x plus 2. You're going to use synthetic division here. This will be for 2 marks. So you write down the coefficients of x cubed, x squared, x and the constant. 2 minus 3 minus 3, 2. X minus 2 is equal to 0, so x equals 2 as a root. So you put 2 here. Bring the 2 down, multiply by 2 gives you 4. Add those to give you 1, multiply by 2 gives you 2. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, multiplied by 2 you get minus 2. Remainder is 0. Remainder is 0. Implies that x equals 2 is a root, and that further implies that x minus 2 is a factor. Now you got that. Now you're going to, next part is hence factorize 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2 fully. This is 1, 1. So you've got your factor there, x minus 2. These are the coefficients of the quadratic now because you divided by x, so the cubic has now become a quadratic. You got 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. This could be factorized easily, so that's x minus 2 times 2x in one bracket, x in the other bracket equals 0. So you want a plus there, so you want a plus x, so you put a plus 1 here. That multiplies with this to give you plus 2x, and you put a minus 1. So what happens is the minus 1 in here multiplies with that x to give you minus x. The 1 in the other bracket multiplies with the 2x here to give you 2x, and when you add them you get the required x, required middle term. So that's it, fully factorized. Fully factorized is x minus 2 times 2x minus 1 times x plus 1 equals 0. So that's it, and fully factorized. So the fifth term u5 of a sequence is given by u5 is equal to 2a minus 3. The terms of the sequence satisfy the recurrence relation un plus 1 is equal to a un minus 1. So for part B, show that u7 is equal to 2a cubed minus 3a squared minus a minus 1. And you're only getting 1 mark for that. Okay, so you got this is u5. So that means that u6 would be a times u5 minus 1, which would be a times u5 is 2a minus 3 minus 1, which means that u6 is 2a squared minus 3a minus 1. u7 is a times u6 minus 1, which means that u7 is a times 2a squared minus 3a minus 1 minus 1, which means that u7 is 2a cubed minus 3a squared minus a minus 1 as required. So that was just for 1 mark. For this sequence, it is known that u7 is equal to u5 and a limit exists. So you are told that u7 is equal to u5 and a limit exists. limit exists means that the a that they're showing you in the un plus 1, that implies that a is greater than or equal to minus 1 and less than, a is greater than minus 1 and less than 1. For this equation here, un plus 1 is equal to a un minus 1. Okay, so u7 is equal to u5, so that means that 2a cubed minus 3a squared minus a minus 1, which is u7, is equal to u5, which is 2a minus 3. You bring this to the left. That means that 2a cubed minus 3a squared minus 3a minus 4 is equal to 0. 3a minus 3a, not minus 4, minus 3a plus, you bring the minus 3 over, so plus 2 equals 0. This you can see is the same as the expression you started with an a, 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 3x plus 2. So determine the value of a. You already factorized that. This factorized to just replacing the x by a minus 2 times 2a minus 1 times a plus 1 equals 0. So that means that a is equal to 2, a is equal to a half, and a is equal to minus 1. A is greater than minus 1 and less than 1 implies that a is equal to half for limit to exist, and you are told that the limit exists, so a has to be a half. And now this is part C1. Okay, so C1. Determining the value of a is for 3 marks, and for 1, finding the limit, you're just going to get 1 mark. The limit exists, so a is equal to a half. So you go back to your original equation, un plus 1 is equal to a un minus 1. You know that a is equal to a half. So as n approaches infinity, un plus 1 approach the limit L. You replace those by L. So L is equal to a half L minus 1. You bring it to this side. So half L is minus 1, which means that the limit is minus 2. And that last bit is for 1 mark.